welcome to SveNFL.
What's up, y'all?
It's Jonathan Rollins.
Skip me, Sarah.
And we're two Americans living in Sweden, talking about football. The boys are back in town, man. Ready to talk about my favorite thing to talk about. The most easily predicted thing that happens in football. We're all prepared for it. It's the NFL draft. Let's go draft.
In my preparation for this, I googled to find a list of the most successful mock drafts from last year.
Oh wow!
And I can tell you that nobody got over 10 picks correct.
Oh wow!
So for all those 6 and 7 and 8.0 mock drafters out there.
It's such a waste of time. Hang out with your family. Hang out with your friends. Man.
Yeah.
There's right. Mock draft after mock draft. You know what I mean?
He's a habitual line stepper.
Yeah.
There's also a fair amount of just sort of ridiculous sports punditry shenanigans that goes on as we approach the draft. Your boy Ruben Bain is the target this year, which we can get into later. But it's interesting, very interesting.
That's terrible.
But before we do that, let's rip through a couple of news items. It's not a lot, but it's pretty quiet out there. But there's some interesting stories to track.
Okay.
The first one, which was a little surprising, I guess. But this one has a lot of tendrils to it. So the NFL is reportedly under investigation by the Justice Department over antitrust protections.
Is that gambling related?
No, this is related to essentially what the DOJ is saying is that the NFL has this special deal. They have this special law that was passed, which I'll explain in a second. Their basic argument is that the NFL is a monopoly when it comes to the sport of football, and they're saying it's too expensive to watch football. You need 7 or 8 different subscriptions. Yep. If you wanted to watch every NFL football game, it would cost you anywhere from $800 to $900, maybe even $1,000, depending on where you live. So I was listening to some different things about this, and I think probably the easiest and the quickest way for people to understand this, especially for a Swedish audience that might not quite understand what this story is about. So the NFL, the way you need to think about it is 32 different individual businesses, right? Yes, the NFL is a league, but these 32 teams are all owned individually. So it's 32 completely separate businesses that all happen to sell the same product, football games, right? Now, these 32 businesses, despite the fact that they're all independently owned, have throughout the years colluded together to fix the price of broadcasting those football games.
Mm-hmm.
So normally when businesses collude to fix prices of a product, in America, we have a word for that. It's called a cartel. And
RICO, they got RICO stuff going on now.
No, and as funny as that is, I don't even mean it as a joke. That is literally what we call it.
No, I know.
And so the NFL has for years been a legal cartel. Being a cartel is usually illegal. So in the 1960s, Congress passed a law to allow the NFL to function this way when it comes to negotiating their broadcast rights. But now that we have streaming and the internet, the DOJ is essentially like, hold on a minute, this is not broadcasting as we understood it back in 1961.
That's true.
This is something different.
Yep.
So
The DOJ is never wrong, man. They've never done anything wrong.
right. Well, okay. There's two ways to look at this. You always have to ask yourself, why is this happening? Like, does Congress actually care about this? I would argue no, they don't.
But
care
we
about
know
this.
who hates the NFL.
I don't even think it's really about him hating the NFL. Obviously Trump has a history with the NFL.
Yeah, he tried to get in. They wouldn't let him in the club, and he tried to take them down through the other league.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Trump is probably one of the most, like, regardless of how you feel about him, he's a very transactional guy. Yeah. He looks at any situation and thinks to himself, what can I get out of this?
Benefit me.
So my first thought is that he's just trying to get something out of this.
Oh, yeah.
The other thought that you kind of have to have on the surface, you would think, oh, well, this is bad news for the NFL. But it's not really.
No.
This is actually great news for the NFL.
Oh,
and
awesome.
Here's where it gets a little interesting. The NFL is currently renegotiating the TV rights with all the broadcasters and streamers right now. Okay. So this investigation will delay those negotiations.
Okay.
Right? Because they can't, as long as that's hanging over their head, you can't really come to a final deal as far as the broadcast rights are concerned.
Right.
Because you got to figure this whole thing out.
Right. So they get to test the waters.
Well, interestingly enough, this is all happening at the time where the NFL is attempting to extend the length of the season from 17 games to 18 games.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Right? So that's the first favor they're doing. And it also kind of points to the indication that the NFL, this idea, we've been talking about going from 17 to 18 games for a while now.
I mean, not that long ago, it went to 17.
Right. The NFL is trying to do this now, right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I mean now, I mean their plan, their goal is for the 2027 season to be an 18-game season.
Oh, shit.
And the reason why I know this is because there are a few articles out there that point to this smoking gun. Normally, the NFL announces the Super Bowl years in advance, like where it's going to be played and the date that it's going to be played on. I think they usually announce like 3 of them in advance. Like we know where the next 3 Super Bowls are going to be played.
Yeah.
And normally we know where they're going to be played and we know what day they're going to be played on. That is the normal press release that you get from the NFL.
They're like, no, it's March.
Currently, there is no date set for the 2027.
Oh,
Super
wow.
Bowl.
So obvious. Yeah.
We know where it's going to be played. It's going to be played in the A, but we don't know what day it's going to be.
Hopefully they bring Maroon 5 back. Best Super Bowl
it's
halftime show ever.
Yeah, this is a very interesting story. Obviously, it's not even close to being done. It's just getting started.
That is good. What do you want to happen? I'm sorry. What do you think can happen? Like, to me, best case scenario, in my opinion, is that they get either every streaming service has, like how your cable, you can get an NFL package. Every streaming service has access to something like that. So you'll get like, I got Netflix. Oh, I got the Netflix NFL package. And then you get, boom. And maybe the thing that is alluring you to Netflix is that they've got fucking, what was the guy we loved? Whose brother killed somebody? Aqib Talib. They got Aqib Talib over there. If you want to hear Aqib Talib, then you get the Netflix one. Maybe then they'll hire, teams that do their games. Or I don't know, something like, there's something that makes theirs cooler. Maybe they'll have, I don't know. And Hulu has their cool thing or whatever. But then you can get that package. But then all games, no matter what, you can watch the game on NBC, the ones that are on like because basically Fox has NFC games for the most part. CBS has AFC games for the most part. That's how it's set up now. And then NBC has Sunday night games, and the ABC family has Monday night games. And now NFL Network is bought by ESPN, so I would guess ESPN/ABC/Disney will have Thursday night games. So like, I feel like to keep it split up like that, but they're all accessible for free.
Right.
To me, that's what matters. To me as the consumer, I want to be able to watch all the games that are broadcast games, but if I want something specific, if I'm a Atlanta Falcons fan, that's when my streaming service matters because I can follow my team.
Right.
Maybe Netflix has a package where you can follow your team, but maybe Netflix will have like DirecTV would have where you can track your fantasy players.
Sure.
So, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Then we have it where that makes what streaming is more alluring, but the product is always free and accessible to the brokest motherfucker. That's what I feel like. The brokest motherfucker in America should be able to watch the games. And also, when you get this windfall deal, maybe write something in there that caps the ticket prices. Can the government do that? Make it where they can't make it. You know what I'm saying? Where's that part? When do they start thinking about? I know. I'm just saying.
That's
like,
not gonna happen.
That's what they should. They of all of this stuff going on, they're not thinking about the fan. And I wish one side, like the NFL or the DOJ or the government, think about the fan for once instead of companies. It's all about companies.
They're not going to think about the fans until the stadiums start appearing to be empty.
Yeah, and then you know how they punish us for that. I don't go to the games. Enough of us don't go to the game. I can't watch it at home either. That's fucked up when you break that down. The blackouts.
Yeah, that is fucked up.
Maybe they could take that away.
I have mixed feelings about a lot of this stuff. First and foremost, I agree with you. To the broke-ass motherfucker who doesn't have two pennies to rub together, he should be able to watch his favorite football team every Sunday, regardless.
Maybe make broke feeling better. It'll feel better to be broke if I can at least watch my team. You know what I mean?
On a personal level, some of my feelings are related to the fact that we live in Europe. A lot of this, hand wringing over how difficult it is to watch a game, primarily is an argument over the primetime games, which most of us over in Europe aren't going to be watching anyway because they happen in the middle of the night. We also, I think a lot of American fans would probably be a little pissed off if they were to learn the difference between our NFL Network package and their NFL Network package is very, very different, which is kind of fascinating.
Yeah, man. 'Cause we just get it all. Like, we just have it. It's there. It's simple. It's one app. The app, it was clunky at first. They had some little issues at first, but I feel like they smoothed that out a lot since the zone took over, and you don't see as many complaints anymore. And then I'm very pleased with them. We got a good setup over here.
Yeah.
And then now with you and I, we have the one where multiple five devices can watch it. We're just good for like I don't know $250 a year.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see how it shakes out. On top of that, I think the NFL is coming for every day of the week.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. For us, that sucks. The more games they put on Wednesdays and Tuesdays and shit like that, then it's more likely that our team is gonna fall into some more games. My team wasn't even good, or wasn't even projected to be good, and I still had to get up in the middle of the night 5 times throughout the season. That shit sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting.
Very. Well, I'm keeping my eye on that one, man. I just wish they would consider the fan at some point, but go ahead.
Well, I think keep an eye I would keep an eye on what's happening with the FIFA World Cup and really crossing my fingers that sort of scenario doesn't happen to the NFL with this so-called dynamic ticket pricing scenario, which is like, if you go, there's a deep dive on that out there where they are just absolutely raping the fans.
Yeah, it's insane.
With these, it's crazy,
bro. And then the World Cup is going to be in LA, and our mutual homie Martin Sonderby, he's a big football fan. He sent me a screenshot of like about he's like, oh, here's one of the LA matches that Sweden might even be over there. He was like saying something. We're talking about the World Cup. This is before Sweden was even in, and I was like, damn, $300. That's a great. It's probably a nosebleed, but that's a great price considering what I've been hearing about these crazy prices. And he said that's parking. A screenshot of the parking. $300 to park. Like seriously, it's still the same concrete, the same. There's not like this parking attendants.
Apparently,
like, come on, man.
And apparently, the train. I saw this as part of the article I read yesterday. The train that would take you from New York to MetLife Stadium, where a bunch of games are going to be played.
Yeah,
they're going to charge $100 just to take the train from New York to MetLife Stadium.
It's like, come on. It's like it's so disgusting.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's disgusting, and that's why when I'm looking at they're fighting for these rights or whatever. Like in the grand scheme of things, ESPN, you're Disney. If you one or the other, are you gonna take this crazy? Are you gonna take this all of the ratings away from all the other shows on this night and charge me $200 to look at Mickey Mouse? Like, you can't do both. You shouldn't be able to do both. Why my kids got to pay $200 to see Mickey Mouse and you got Star Wars and Marvel? Like, what? When is enough?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Seeing Mickey Mouse, it's a whack ass park anyway. It's the worst of all of the attractions. Why can't that one be $20? Make Universal expensive or whatever, but make the other ones where there's more rides and shit. But if I'm going to get a $30 turkey leg, it's fucking delicious, by the way. $30 turkey leg. Why can't I pay $20? Why can't the broke ass person get paid $20? Come in.
Yeah.
I'm off my soapbox, man.
We got an update on the replacement ref situation. As of 5 days ago, the NFL has stated that they plan to begin training replacement referees next month.
Damn.
This is hopefully just kind of a dick swinging negotiating tactic. We'll see. And in a related story, the NFL Competition Committee approved a rule change. So the owners approved the proposal that would apply only to the 2026 season that would allow the NFL officiating department to correct, quote, clear and obvious misses by on-field officials that impact the game in the event that work stoppage involving the officials.
I saw that. They're trying to help them out. It seems like it's not even on the agenda or on the table to make them employees. You know what they get paid? You know what these part-time referees get? It's like $300,000.
Yeah.
You kidding me? To fuck up a call, I get $300,000 to work for 6 months out of it. Like, what? But then again, I don't blame them when the NFL is raking in cash like that. But $300,000 and you don't even work all year and you don't really get held accountable. Now that at least. I don't know. I'm kind of team NFL when I see the terms and stuff. I'm kind of team NFL, which I'm never team NFL on this stuff. But it's like,
yeah, I admit when you go into it and you read what the details of the situation, I do sort of lean in that direction. That being said, it's it's tricky. It's because all of this holds the same this is the DNA of how a scandal begins.
Yeah.
A ref who feels like he's not making what he's worth.
Yep.
I mean, you've got stories like this that go all the way back to the beginning of sports. Like this is, it's.
It feels like it's a worthy investment to ensure that the refs are taken care of. Mm-hmm. But bringing replacement refs, I think a lot of them are coming from the college ranks, right? Isn't that what it will be? The replacement refs will come from college, so they have to shift how they look at the game. Like, there's different rules in the two games, so that's the thing that they're worried about. Like, they'll miss certain stuff, especially with cornerback play and stuff like that.
Puka Nacua update. We've been talking about some of his personal shenanigans. He has entered what is being called a holistic care facility.
Is Aaron Rodgers there? Are the lights on?
I think they probably tried to get him in there before Aaron Rodgers got a hold of him. They were trying to get in touch with him and be like, hey, bro, I know exact darkness retreat, ayahuasca, let's go.
Let's go. I'm going to throw up in the dark.
So we'll see how he emerges from that experience. And finally, the story that's sort of everybody's talking about at the moment, it's a story that kind of redefines the idea of a head coach making himself available to reporters. New England Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel and New York Times NFL reporter Diana Rossini holding hands and hugging at a luxury hotel. If you haven't seen the pictures. Yes. Yeah. That's been a while since I heard that. That's good.
Hey, what you doing out here with all this ass?
So
I'm leaving here with something.
To give some background,
I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Yeah, this was okay. The place where these photographs were taken, it was an adults only hotel retreat type place in Arizona.
Okay.
Also, you're not supposed to have phones there, so whoever took these photos,
sneaky.
Whoever took these photos, there's questions as to whether, was this like someone hunting for this, or was somebody just wise enough?
This is a sick Negro.
Either way, it's sort of irrelevant.
Yeah, they're both married.
They're both married. The way the story played out is that they both, obviously denied that there was anything weird going on. They said they were there.
Interlock fingers. Skip, how many times do we interlock fingers? You and I, we're good friends. Every time I see you, we interlock our fingers. Like, you know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah. I mean, as a test. So this story pops up, and I read it. Isak came home from school, and we started talking about it. And I said, you know what? Let's show the picture to Saga without telling her any of the context.
Oh, I like
just
that.
See don't tell her who it is. Just show her the photographs.
She does have questionable judgment considering what team she cheers for, but that's another thing. That's a whole.
That's true. She does. That is real. But who among us? You know what I mean?
I can't cast any stones, man. This house is glass. This house is glass. I'm in a glass studio.
Yeah. And she immediately was like, "Oh yeah, they smashing."
Yeah.
To this day.
To this day. So as of late yesterday afternoon, Diana Rossini has resigned from the Athletic.
What? Why'd she do that?
Yeah.
Conflict of interest type of thing?
I think the reality is this. Like, obviously, she, in the beginning, she was defending, like, of course, like most reporters, we meet with our sources outside of NFL buildings. Yeah. But there's a lot of history between these two. I mean, she goes all the way back to the days of covering the Titans when Vrabel was the coach there. A lot of people are putting the connective tissue together. There's currently a lot of chatter about A.J. Brown being traded from the Eagles to the Patriots, and Rossini is kind of at the center of that reporting. And now people are no longer questioning why she's leaning into that.
So he's giving her, he's their inside source.
I mean, one thing that it does bring up is a broader
inside.
Right. He is literally inside her source.
I'm sorry, I'm done.
There's been a fair amount of sort of comical comments, like, one that I saw was Stefan Diggs is probably out there laughing his ass off somewhere, because Vrabel was having to answer for his silliness throughout the season. But, I mean, obviously it shows a lack of judgment on both of their parts. They're both married.
Well, who knows? What type of marriage they have though?
True.
We haven't talked to their partners. We don't know. We're assuming that they don't have an open marriage. We don't know about that.
To be fair, her resignation letter, which has been, published, she's still defending her position that there was nothing going on. I mean, it brings up a lot of questions, but I mean, folks be out here doing what they got to do.
Yeah, man.
To get a story. I mean,
we do not care.
I would say the people who are probably going to suffer the most
is their
outside of her. I mean, the thing that I don't like about this is that this, to me, it's not a 1-for-1 comparison, but it reminds me of the Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson thing, right? Vrabel's career will go.
Yep.
It will not alter from its current trajectory at all. He will move along. Everything will be fine. It'll be the classic Belichick, we're on to Cincinnati, kind of like just forget about it. Her career is obviously in shambles.
Yeah.
And we'll see. You could obviously argue that she did that to herself. I don't know.
Nah,
but
you know what? I'm starting to get a little angry, bro. I got a little anger take on this whole thing. I'm looking at page 6 has a little piece about it, and they're talking about. I just looked up her letter.
Well, they're the ones who broke the story,
right? So they write her letter, and then like reporting to her letter is one thing, but they wrote just a little snippet from it. They said she wrote, "I have covered the NFL with professionalism and dedication throughout my career, and I stand behind every story I've ever published. When the page 6 item first appeared, the Athletic supported me unequivocally, expressed confidence in my work and pride in my journalism." The married mom of 2 continued, "Get the fuck out! Why would you write that? I don't like that they wrote that." And when they're talking about him, he's a married dad of whatever. Where is that against him?
Yeah,
the shame is only going one way, and that's what I don't like about it. You can put the shame both ways if you want, but don't just put it one way or put it no ways. The way I see it, the thing is, to me, the only thing that means that she should retire, if you were to try to force her to retire or to resign, is that the ethics of it, of being close to somebody and then taking advantage of that closeness to get the inside scoop. Then that's the thing. But the fidelity, that's between them and their partners. That should have nothing to do with the article about the situation. The salaciousness, that's what I don't like, and that it's only going towards her. That's fucked up. And let's keep in mind one last thing. Let's keep in mind that the only person that has been prosecuted for the Epstein stuff is Ghislaine Maxwell. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That part of it is really frustrating. The other part that kind of, the part that probably isn't going to get talked about as much is how difficult this is going to make an already difficult situation for all of the other female reporters who cover all sports in general. Like, it's already harder for them to do their job than it is for anyone. And this is not going to make it any easier. And on a personal level, like for a while, I went through a little stretch where I was a regular listener to her podcast that she did called Scoop City. And I hope that she finds her way back into the world of sports journalism, because the thing that you can really pick up on when you listen to her, she really loves her job. Like, really, really loves it.
If that's the case, then she'll be back, man. And especially nowadays, you could create your own platforms and stuff. There's so many ways to do it. It's not just this whole hoping that ABC, somebody retires from one of the networks. You could start, like you said, a podcast. You could do a podcast. You can put your shit on Patreon, on YouTube, whatever you want to do these days. You'll be all right. Like that woman I follow that I've been talking about on here, Tanya Ray Fox. I follow her, and she had a post basically asking about representation. She doesn't have representation, and this woman reaches so many people, with her. But she has a lot of takes that they probably wouldn't hire her on ESPN, because she talks a lot about how the NFL is treating black quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Stuff
Yeah,
like that.
well,
But you get
yeah.
you get the word out, and then you still got these platforms you can use. So more power to her, man. I don't know much about her, but I wish her the best.
Totally. Yeah, agreed. Also, the other thing that it tends to ignore is, there is this whole reporter insider culture, whereas there's like this obvious thing going on in plain sight that we don't know any details about, where you have guys like Adam Schefter,
Yeah, Ian Rappaport.
releasing tweets that have been written by players' agents. Like,
yep.
The way Adam Schefter carried water for Deshaun Watson when that deal went down, where the tweets that were being released were obviously being written by Watson's agent and all that kind of stuff. Like, to me, like, sort of, that's more disgusting to me than two people having an ill-advised
fling
extramarital affair in the desert.
Or Mel Kiper. Let's not. It's draft season right now. We're going to talk about the draft later. You telling me that these agents are on their knees in Mel Kiper's ears sometimes? You think Jimmy Clausen really? Jimmy Clausen, the way he was carrying water, this motherfucker had a Buffalo truck behind him and with the water he was carrying for sorry ass Jimmy Clausen. I shouldn't say sorry ass. Throws the ball.
Well, also Mel Kiper, the way he last year, I mean, that guy nearly had an on-screen heart attack over the whole Shedeur Sanders scenario. You think, coincidentally, Mel Kiper had the worst mock draft of anybody last year, which I thought was kind of funny. He only got 3 right.
I wonder what his bank account looked like.
Yeah, exactly.
In May of 25. So it's like, come on, man. If you want to, let's keep it 100, y'all. When you're talking about who's doing what wrong, instead of just trying to shame this woman.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all the news, really.
Okay. Well, let's take a break, and then we'll come back on the other side and talk a little bit of draft, my favorite thing. SveNFL is proudly sponsored by Brisket and Friends. Brisket and Friends is the best barbecue in Sweden. Brisket and Friends. Barbecue so good, make you want to slap your grandma. Go there. Get you some good barbecue. Best in Sweden. Now, back to SveNFL.
Okay, we are back. And we are ready to talk about the draft. Was that break brought to us by Brisket and Friends? It was, right?
Yes, it was. We got to go back, man. We got to go soon. We're going to have to do
we do.
I want to do a meet and greet one of these days, too. So if people are interested, let us know, man. Hit us up on, we're not active on Instagram and stuff, but we're SveNFL Pod on Instagram. You can message if you're going to be in Stockholm and you think we should have a preseason, a kickoff of sorts. Where we
preseason hang
at Brisket. Probably could do that, and but yeah, let us know if you're interested, and then if enough people are interested, then we can make it happen. But or you can email us at SveNFLpod@gmail.com, and let us know. We also got the group on Facebook, SveNFL Pod group. Skip's on Facebook more than me.
Yeah, I pop in there every once in a while when the Falcons do something stupid.
Yeah, so let us know, man. We did it one year, and we haven't done it again. So, but that was fun.
That's a great endorsement for it.
No,
we did it 1 year, and then we never did it again.
No, I used to have access to a place, and I don't have it like that anymore. Yeah. I had access. My comedy club was in a sports bar.
Yeah.
So it was very easy to do it there. But but now we got Brisket and Friends, so
all right,
appealing.
Let's get into these guys. I'm going to go through this by position. As per usual, it is being reported that this draft is not so great, and that it's all about next year's draft. If that's true or not, I have no idea. One thing I do know is that it appears very unlikely for us to see a lot of teams trying to trade up to get a guy this year. Because next year's draft is being perceived as so rich in talent, there aren't a lot of teams that are going to be willing to give up first round picks for next year.
Okay.
And if somebody does, I guarantee you that team is going to get talked about a lot when this is all over. So we're going to go through this by position. First up, obviously, we'll just start with quarterback. There's really only one projected first round quarterback in this draft.
Yeah.
And it's
pick.
Fernando Mendoza out of Indiana. Obviously, just won the national championship. He's from Miami, so there's that. He, interestingly enough, obviously he'll probably go to the Raiders. The Raiders have the first overall pick. A lot of the comps for him are that he is sort of a weird mixture between Kirk Cousins and Russell Wilson, which is kind of funny because the Raiders just signed Kirk Cousins.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There's also a lot of people sort of predicting that, obviously, because Tom Brady is sort of, driving the ship, so to speak, that there's a pretty good chance that Fernando Mendoza will sit for the majority of his rookie year and learn from Kirk Cousins. Brady is on record on numerous occasions complaining or critiquing the fact that these first round quarterbacks are all expected to play right away, and most of them just aren't ready, and it's resulted in a decline in quarterback play just across the league. And I actually think he's probably right about that.
Yeah.
You like that? You like that?
But yeah, he's a good quarterback. I mean, he balled the fuck out this past year. He led this program to a national championship.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that he only was a 2-star recruit when he was in college. It'd be interesting to see. He looks like a typical, white pocket passer NFL quarterback.
But he's more athletic.
He's
a little bit more athletic, though. He can move a little bit out of the. I would say. I mean, nobody said Joe Burrow, but no, Joe Burrow's more athletic, though.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's not Mac Jones. As far as what I'm saying, Mac Jones.
He's also
Sorry, man, I had to.
Well, he has a way better physique than Mac Jones.
Yeah, so he's more athletic. That's what you don't want is a Mac Jones in the pocket these days. So he's not. He's like maybe just under Joe Burrow in athleticism as far as but pocket presence, he seems pretty good too. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know, man. Because that team was it was just a good team. It could have been a system thing. He's been in a lot of systems, and he didn't shine like he did at Indiana and the other ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a Miami boy, so I got to root for him.
He is a Miami boy. He's about as goofy as you can get. He's
just corny.
He's
like hokey.
He's got some Ned Flanders in him. And he shares some DNA.
That's a Russell Wilson comment.
Yeah, he also shares some DNA with Kirk Cousins too. Very, I don't, and also a little kind of. I've heard some people comparing him to, oh God, who's the guy who just came back this year, who never curses, and he's got like 100 children.
Phillip Rivers.
Yes, because apparently Mendoza doesn't curse. Like he's a gee golly Dosh Garnett kind of guy.
Oh my God.
Which is kind of funny.
And that's what pisses me off.
And that when he finally gets to play, they're going to be miking him up.
We couldn't do diddly poo off.
The consensus next best quarterback in this draft is, according to the Ringer, is still outside of the top 50 as far as most talented people in the draft. Is Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson. So just to give you an idea of why they're kind of saying that this is not a very rich quarterback draft, the issue with Ty Simpson is that he played really, really well. He's only has 1 year of starting experience, right? He's been in out. Unlike a lot of these NIL guys who move around looking for a starting job, he stayed at Alabama and waited his turn. But unfortunately, he was not good enough to unseat Bryce Young, nor Jalen Milroe, who came after him. Which is not a very good.
It's not a good sign.
Sign. There's also an indication that he could have gone back to Alabama this year to play 1 more year to get that 1 more year of experience. But the reports were that he was not expected to be able to beat the guy who was behind him.
Got an underdog story, huh?
The issue with him too, he falls into an Anthony Richardson category in a way, because it's like, okay, yeah, he's shown some traits. He made some big time throws. He had some great victories along the way, but he's really only played 14 college football games.
Oh no. And we saw how
also he suffered an injury midway through the season, and so the first half of the season was, they were talking about him as a possible Heisman Trophy candidate. And then the second half of the season, he was battling, I forget what it was. It was some sort of an injury. And apparently there was this report where he had taken so much pain medication for this injury that it ate a hole through the lining of his stomach.
Oh my God.
So that's, yeah. Also, another concerning detail, he is so obsessed with duck hunting that he makes his own. No, with actual duck hunting, he makes his own duck calling equipment. That's an immediate red flag for me.
No, I'm done.
Also, another red flag. He has an Instagram page for his dog. His dog has an Instagram page. That's a red flag.
Stop it! I'm done with this guy, man.
So I'm out.
I'm out. I've been out.
I'm out on him. Although, again, he is the subject. Again, remember we were talking about the draft. What's his name? Who's the quarterback? Why is it that every time I know my age when I know this guy's name, but when I want to say it, I can't think of it. The guy at ESPN who's most famous for having played in the NFL and walked out of the back of the end zone.
Dan Orlovsky.
Thank you, Dan Orlovsky. In the last couple of weeks has been floating this idea that he has been hearing from teams that are interested in drafting Ty Simpson in the first round.
This sounds like an agent slid some money to Dan Orlovsky. Come on, man. Come on, man. He was banging on the table for two, and I was all about it. I was buying what he was selling.
Yeah. One player that nobody's going to try to draft in the first round is LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier. He's a very sort of, described as a plucky pocket passer, very aggressive mentality, makes big time throws, but he also makes big time bad throws.
They got his comp as Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, that should worry you for sure.
Not so bad being a backup.
Yeah. And then, of course, you have the same profile, more or less, for your guy, Carson Beck. Your guy and my guy, actually.
Yeah, our guy, yeah.
Our guy, Carson Beck. Whoa, that was crazy. He's another interesting character because he also stuck around at Georgia for probably longer than expected, waiting for his chance, and he played quite well. But then, of course, he gets injured, and the backup, Georgia fell in love with their backup, and then Beck transferred to Miami. The problem with Carson Beck is that he gives you not in personality, but more so in gameplay. He gives me the brain again.
Describe it, man.
the guy who throws as many interceptions as touchdowns.
Oh, what is Brett Favre? And
Nope.
then there's Jameis Winston.
There you go. That's what I'm thinking
There's
of.
Eli Manning. There's a
And
few.
Carson Beck tends to throw interceptions in bunches.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
it's like it's almost like a virus. Like it just starts happening, and it's like it becomes a real problem. And he also has some fairly questionable off-field issues in the way that I don't know. There's been some stories about him sending dick pics and
Oh, I didn't know that.
things like this to OnlyFans models and things.
Shit.
A lot of it's definitely some things to be worried about if you're gonna make him the face of your franchise, so to speak.
Yeah, the head of the
Yeah, you might want to think about that. There's a bunch of other interesting quarterbacks who I think, I don't know, of the guys who fall. I mean, some of them are the guy from Georgia Tech. I'd be interested to see if he ever hits the field. Haynes King, he can scramble. He is very difficult to tackle.
really into underwear. He's really into underwear. Haynes King.
Yeah, he'd be a really, really fun backup. Like you have no idea who this guy is, and then your starter gets injured, and all of a sudden this guy comes in and nobody can tackle him. He's tricky. But the rest of these guys are kind of bums.
Okay.
On to running back, where there appear to really be two consensus, really just one top running back, and they're both from the same school, actually.
Oh, wow.
Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price, the two running backs from Notre Dame. Jeremiah Love is being considered a generational running back.
Really?
Yes.
Damn. The guy that's called is Darren McFadden. Remember, he's a college legend.
So the thing, Jeremiah Love is kind of the full package as a running back, right? He can run the rock, which is his primary job. He is an excellent pass catching running back, and he's considered essentially an extension of the offensive line due to his ability to function as a blocker as well.
Shit, triple threat.
So the mocks are, I've seen him going as high as number 4 to the Titans.
Wow. Where's Mike McDaniel? Where'd he go?
He went to the Chargers.
Chargers, okay.
Yeah, he's not going to make it that far. I have not seen him fall any further than the 7 spot, which is where the Commanders are picking.
Wow.
Or actually, that's not true. I've seen him fall to around 8, where the Saints. I have not seen this guy falling out of the top 10.
Okay.
People are saying that this guy is basically going to be. We'll be thinking about him in a couple of years the same way we talk about Bijan Robinson.
Okay.
But in some ways, he's probably better than Bijan, considering his ability to block.
Okay.
Obviously, the Titans, they need a name to go along with Cam Ward. I actually think the Titans need things far more important than a running back.
Yeah.
As far as their team is concerned. I think he would be a great fit. To me, the thing that I would be most excited about is to see a running back of his caliber essentially sharing a backfield with a quarterback like Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. If you had those two guys in the backfield, I mean, that would be quite terrifying.
Yeah. Jaden and Jeremiah, they'll call him the JJ problem or some shit.
To me, that would be really, really, like as a neutral just fan of football, like that would be a super, super fun thing to see. This is kind of a rare year for running backs. I don't think there's a single top 10 running back out of the SEC.
Well, SEC falling off, man. Sorry.
So, the rest of these guys, I don't really know what to say about them other than, one of these top 10 is going to wind up being a better player than people think, because that's usually what happens.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen enough of him to really know.
Yeah, that's my issue with all of it. I watched more college football last season than I have in a while because my team was doing well, but I'm not in tune with it like that. So like,
Well, also again because of NIL, you got these guys spread out all over.
moving around and shit. Yeah.
I'm not watching Nebraska. I'm not watching Wake Forest. I'm not watching. I mean, one of the guys in the top 10, Eli Hendrick. I mean, this guy plays for Navy. I'm like, I don't watch Navy play football. fuck that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The only one projected to go in the first round is Jeremiah Love.
So with the wideouts.
Here is where things get a little sexier because this is considered to be a pretty good wide receiver class. It's one of those things where it's like kind of pick your flavor, so to speak. Mm-hmm. Most people would consider Ohio State receiver Carnell Tate to be the cream of the crop. A guy who just goes up and catches passes that he's not supposed to catch. And he's Ohio State receiver. They're known for that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Mekhi Lemon out of USC. I've seen a lot of mocks where he's going to the Dolphins. He claims to model his game after Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Well, that's not
more or less. So that'd be kind of fun. He'd be a good replacement for all that talent that you lost.
Yeah.
One of the receivers that gets talked about a lot. He's talented, but he also has kind of a fun name. His name is Casey Concepcion.
He's going to the Chiefs.
Well, we'll see. Casey Concepcion. Yeah, he's my favorite detail about him is that his love language is food.
Okay.
He likes to invite the entire team over to his house, and then he cooks for everybody.
Oh, that's how I was when I was in the dorms.
So I'm like, I fuck with this guy.
I like that. Yeah, that's good, man.
I like this guy.
Yeah, he must
have
a big family or something.
Let's see, where do they have him going? Casey Conception. He got different places, but
they say top 20 though. Looking like,
yeah.
Is Denzel Boston? His father is Boston that used to play, right?
Is that true?
I think so. I think I saw him playing. I don't know. What was his name? That was
the guy above him on the list, Jordan Tyson.
Yeah, David Boston.
Jordan Tyson, his brother plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh wow! Wow, that's so cool. If you're the parents, like, man, his father's Mike, right? Michael Tyson. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Michael Tyson. Yeah, and Denzel Boston,
his father played David Boston. He was a big ass dude. Mm-hmm. I remember we got him, and I was excited, and then we lost a lot of games.
Who else we got here? Omar Cooper Jr. out of Indiana, obviously national champion. This guy made probably the sickest catch of the year last year. You can go find it on the internet. It's pretty spectacular. He only got 1 foot in, but that's college.
That's college, yeah, he could do it.
I
saw that when I was prepping for the championship game.
Next up, we got Chris Brazel out of Tennessee. I would be careful for anyone trying. What's his comp?
Brian Thomas Jr. That's a huge, big deal right there.
Sure. The problem with Tennessee is that they run this weird, fake ass offense.
Okay.
Which
translate.
Usually does not translate very well to the NFL.
Okay.
So he's one of those guys that it could be hit or miss. You have no idea. I obviously am interested in my guy, former Bulldog Zachariah Branch.
Uh-oh. Okay.
not expected to go in the first round. Probably a second round guy. There is some indication that the Falcons are interested in him. So he started his career at USC and then transferred to Georgia. The knock on Zachariah Branch is that like 80% of his catches last year were screen passes.
So he's going to the Chargers.
It could be, yeah. He would be a deadly under Mike McDaniel. That dude could fuck some shit up. The thing with Zachariah Branch is he's like lightning. He's fast as hell.
Okay.
He would be a good fit for the Falcons because he currently would occupy a role in the receiver room that we don't have. We let some guys go. We still got Drake London, but our number 2 receiver is Jahan Dotson currently.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we could definitely use something like this. And we don't have a first round pick, so we're going to be picking somebody like him in the second round. Either that, or we're going to be picking a second round edge rusher to replace the first round edge rusher that we took last year, who appears to be going to prison for beating up his girlfriend, James Pierce Jr. That trading up to get him in the first round has officially blown up in our face.
Is Kyle Pitts coming back to y'all?
Yeah, we signed him on the franchise tag, so
okay.
Yeah, we still got him.
Okay. Well, speaking of tight ends, might as well look at some tight ends.
Speaking of tight ends, this apparently this is not. We've been spoiled the last couple of years. We've had a lot of good tight ends coming into the league. This year, the only one who was expected to even possibly go in the first round is Oregon tight end Kenyon Sadiq. Bro is 6'3", 241 pounds. Obviously good at catching the football. A little more like these hybrid tight ends that we've been seeing.
Receivers, yeah.
These big time tight end receivers, and Oregon runs that kind of offense too. Tight ends have become important for a lot of reasons, especially this last year and a half or so. With this so-called 13 personnel, where they're essentially using tight ends as extra blocking linemen. Even the Rams are starting to do it. So, some of these guys could go higher than you think, but it does not appear that there will be anyone outside of Kenyon Sadiq who everyone's going to get too excited about. I'm kind of interested to see, some teams that have college teams that have improved over the last year or so because of NIL. Guys I'm just curious to see how these guys are going to translate to the NFL.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt, the next guy on the tight end list, Eli Stowers. Vanderbilt has been the punching bag of the SEC forever. And now they're out here fucking, throwing punches. So it'd be fun to see if some of these guys can, if they're actually good, I think the next couple of drafts are going to be a bit of an indictment on the NIL era in college football.
Yeah.
We get it worked for you. It makes it possible for you to compete for a national championship. But is this good for the NFL? Right. Is a question that I don't think anybody's answered just yet.
Good point.
Let's see.
Well, I think one thing that's good though is if these players are moving around like that, seeing them in different systems can let you know, if that player can adjust and if they improved it, if it was the system that made them seem so successful, stuff like that. It'll answer more questions. You get to see them under different coordinators.
Totally. Yeah. I'm going to skip the part where I try to pretend like I know anything about offensive linemen.
Okay, good, because I prefer that.
If you are a fan of a team who is in need of an offensive lineman, I think you know who you are.
Yeah.
You can go get excited about that.
Should we go to edge rushers?
Let's go to the edge.
Who's the best?
Well, it depends on who you ask, but most people are talking about Ruben Bain Jr. It's kind of a toss-up between. Some people are saying Ruben Bain, and other people are saying David Bailey. David Bailey out of Texas Tech. I don't know what their sound is. Nobody cares.
No. They went against us and lost. So no. Was it A&M? I'm sorry.
So the thing with Ruben Bain that I find he is this year's recipient of the "Are his arms too short?" conversation.
Yeah, but we're seeing that happen with Hutchinson.
But we've had that conversation. You watch the tape, and it's like I don't see a lot of guys who play with more violence and determination than Ruben Bain.
Yeah.
He is also the recipient of what I am considering to be, and this is another one. I don't know why. I feel like I always have to ask myself, why is this happening? This week, a story drops regarding a traffic accident that where Ruben Bain was the driver. Someone died in the car.
Oh no!
This happened a year ago, or over a year ago, and it's being released all of a sudden as if it happened yesterday.
Wow!
So I'm like, who's responsible for this?
Yeah.
And all of the teams that were asked to comment on it have all said the same thing. Yeah, we already knew about this. This is not news to us.
Yeah.
So why is this story coming out in this fashion?
Yep.
That's what I want to know. Forget it. Like, I don't even care that, like we talked about earlier, Diane Rossini and Mike Vrabel are smashing. Fine.
Yeah.
Tell me who fucking released this story and why they're doing it.
Yep.
Because that's more interesting to me, because somebody is trying to put their finger on the draft here.
Yeah.
So because of that, you see Ruben Bain. Well, because of that, and also because of the goofy combine stuff, you see Ruben Bain all over the mock drafts.
Yeah.
You see him as high as the Jets at 2, but I've also seen him as low as the Ravens at 14.
Yeah.
I'm currently looking at him being drafted to the New Orleans Saints, which I do not like at all. I'm hoping that doesn't happen, because I don't want to play this guy twice a year.
I want the Dolphins to get him.
I would love for the Dolphins to get him.
I'd love to stay home.
Please take him.
There's another Miami player on there too in the top. They ranked him on the Ringer number 21. Akeem Messidor. Both of those dudes were on the same. Like, oof. I think Messidor might end up being a beast, man. I like his game.
He's a very good player.
But then you got Bain on the other side, so it's not like he's getting double teamed.
Yeah, you got Cassius Howell out of Texas A&M. They had a filthy defense this past year.
Yeah, man.
He's probably going to make somebody happy.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these guys, it's a rare year where I don't see anybody from. Are there any Alabama edge rushers on here? I don't see any.
Oh, yeah. It's NIL, man. People just moving around. Yeah, it's crazy. What
Unbelievable.
What do we do now? Linebackers?
Linebacker class looks pretty good.
Yeah, there's a few. There's 4 in the top 40. That's good.
So one of the guys who's being considered like, one of the best athletes in the entire draft is this guy out of Ohio State, Orville Reese.
Yeah.
This guy is a pretty big time player. He's quite versatile. He moves around the field quite a bit. You got a couple of guys like this. Who's the other one?
Sonny Styles from Ohio State.
Sonny Styles probably has the coolest name in the draft, I would argue.
Yeah.
Rangy, versatile linebacker.
I don't know much about him. I know
Comparing
that
him to Devin Lloyd.
I know it's crazy that they had 2 top 10 guys projected in the top 10 linebackers. That's crazy. When top 10 prospects on the same team, that is wild. And they couldn't beat Miami.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And they still couldn't beat Miami.
And still couldn't beat Miami.
Another guy you got here on the list who I think will go higher than most people are projecting. And of course, I would say that because he's my man, former Bulldog, CJ Allen. This guy he is like a prototypical Georgia linebacker who can cover the entire field from sideline to sideline.
Looks like it.
And when he hits you,
you know it.
You've been hit.
You've been hit. You have been hit.
He's a great. He'll whoever is looking for a linebacker who can stop the run. This is the guy you're looking for. Some of these other guys like Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles. Part of the reason why they're so attractive is that they kind of occupy that hybrid role that's become very popular since Micah Parsons came into the league, where they can play linebacker, they can play edge. Yeah. You can move them around quite a bit. Yeah. CJ Allen is a pure linebacker.
Okay.
And he is coming for you. Yeah. Some of these other guys. Also, another one is Josiah Trotter. I've seen him play quite a bit because he plays in the SEC. This Missouri team that has improved dramatically over the last couple of years. I mean, the defense is probably one of the bigger reasons why this guy is absolutely terrifying.
Okay.
You'd be in good shape. You get your hands on that guy. Tone-setting linebacker.
Nice.
Who loves flying downhill to frighten the quarterback and clobber the ball carrier. That's his, that's his description.
Scouting report.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
What about DBs?
DBs, a lot of people are talking about the DBs in this class as being quite good.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of them in the top 90.
You know, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. Being a DB is hard.
Yes.
And it's also hard when you got a guy who, the top of the class is apparently this guy, Mansour Delane out of LSU. LSU was terrible this last year. So I didn't really get to see, maybe he was maybe they just never threw it at him.
Yeah.
Not really sure. Who else? There's another guy. Tennessee also terrible defense.
They got two up there.
Jermod McCoy.
They got two in the top 40. Colton Hood and Jermod McCoy. One
guy that I think will be really fun to watch is this Avion Terrell. This is AJ Terrell's little brother.
Oh, nice.
He's coming out of Clemson. AJ Terrell, maybe it's just a brother thing, but AJ Terrell says he's like, yeah, even though he's younger than me, he's always been better than me at football.
Oh, wow.
So this guy's out here saying that his little brother is better than he is.
Yeah. I'd say look out for Keontae Scott. He was balling in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was.
I didn't know he was coming out. So, man, Miami might suck this year. So
there's
went to the draft. It's like, goddamn.
I mean, there's a lot of teams that need a corner.
Yeah, especially the NFL. Like you need three. It feels like you need three good corners.
We got the Chiefs are projected to pick a corner. I think you hear a lot of people saying the Rams are probably going to pick one. Certainly the Vikings could use one.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you'll see a lot of corners.
Okay.
They got you guys picking Avion Terrell.
I'll take it. We got to build. We'll see what the Packers South look like. And then the last one is the safeties. I don't see much in there. Of course, Caleb Downs is the one that stands out, but I don't know about any of the other guys.
Caleb Downs is one of those guys who just, he just covers the whole field
Yeah.
Except for when they play Miami, of course, because they lost. One red flag: he does host a YouTube show with his brother. I don't like that.
What?
You gotta cancel that.
Kelsey does that.
Yeah, but I'm out. I'm out. It's too much. It's too much.
Even if it's Shannon Sharp, you don't want.
Yeah, but he's retired. He can do whatever
I
he
know.
wants. Like players having their own podcast in season, I'm out. I'm
Oh,
out.
okay. In season. What if he? Okay, I get it. All right. Well, I'd like to. I don't really watch the. I don't pay attention that closely to the draft until afterwards, and then once my team is picked. See, I'm more of a actual news than a weather guy. I like to know what had happened, instead of projections, because projections could go on forever. So I'm really
100%. You know, none of this stuff matters until it actually happens. You know, we just have to wait and see who goes where. I think the draft is fun. I don't even mind.
I'm more interested in the moves that teams make. Like, there's rumors that Miami is like really gonna like kind of trade away top stuff and try to get to the middle and try to collect picks and do all that. That's the strategy I would like, where you like just gather, you get a lot of depth and like try to build young and stuff like that. I like that more than going for the sexy one piece. You know, like you were saying, Gentry going into a situation where he looks like a generational running back and then ending up behind the shitty offensive line and can't even spread his wings. So,
I mean, there's a lot of teams that I would argue are good trade back candidates.
yeah.
And those would be teams that like they just need so much to make their team better. And there's not a chance in hell that they're going to be any type of threat this year. I would say at the top of my list would be teams like the Cardinals, who are picking at 3, the Browns, who are picking at 6.
Seems like they're always
the Saints really should be a trade back candidate, but that's not how they roll.
Yeah.
They do your Dolphins. Your Dolphins are easy trade back candidates.
Yeah, getting rid of all of that stuff, and then have to this contract, this Tua contract. They got to eat this dead money and stuff. That's a perfect scenario for trading back. So
there are some really desperate teams. You know, teams and by desperate I mean teams whose coaches are I would consider to be on the hot seat, who are going to be really interesting to watch in the first round.
Yeah.
You know, teams like the Jets.
Damn, like they're always on there too.
Teams like who else? I think the Bucks.
You think they're coach on a hot seat?
Yeah.
Bruce Arians in the front office?
I do actually. Yeah.
I think the Jets are he's on the hot seat, but he should know he's on the way out.
Eagles.
Sirianni, he's still on the hot seat, man.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Each individual.
My poor Falcons don't have a pick until 48, which is in the middle of the second round. So we're just going to be
just hanging out,
sitting around, just hanging out,
just watching,
waiting. I'm actually more worried about like who my division rivals draft. I hate that. I mean, like when I'm sitting here looking at the Saints taking Ruben Bain, I'm just like sick to my stomach.
Damn.
I don't like that at all.
Damn.
Who they got the Panthers taking?
Hey, that's the ones to watch out for. Panthers might turn into something.
They got him take. They got the Panthers taking Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end.
They done fucked around and got a coach. It seems like.
Mm-hmm.
And if they figured a quarterback out, if he turns out to be. All right, man. Well, let's wrap this thing up. We'll talk about it after it's all over, all said and done.
Yep.
Thank y'all for checking us out, man. We're back. we'll be back afterwards. We'll be back next week to talk about what happened, what our teams did, how sad we are. I don't know. But thanks for checking out, and stay tuned, man. I'm Jonathan Rollins.
I'm Skip Misara.
With SveNFL. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Let y'all.